Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here on Twitter, the worst place on the internet, to talk about My Little Pony Generation 5. We now have an official trailer for the upcoming game, My Little Pony and Maretime Bay Adventure. This is a video game that's going to be released on PlayStation 4, I think PS5 and Xbox and Nintendo Switch, and even on Steam, surprisingly enough. This is very interesting because through the entirety of Gen 4, we never really got a game like this. Sure, we got some shitty mobile games and things like that, but we never really got a full-fledged adventure, like a full-fledged open world kind of game like this appears to be. Let's jump into this. By the way, you should probably follow this account on Twitter. They have all of the updates on Generation 5. This is how I get most of my news and stuff like that. But anyway, let's take a look at the trailer. I'm going to add some commentary, pause here and there, and stuff like that as we go through the trailer. It's only a minute long, but I want to give my thoughts and stuff like that on it as well. So let's go ahead and do full screen.
Welcome to My Little Pony, a Maretime Bay Adventure.
So right off the bat, you can immediately tell that the game seems to be a big collectathon. As we go through more of the trailer, you'll notice that there is what appears to be a lot of elements similar to Spyro. Strangely enough, I don't know what that's about, but it's kind of interesting to see that. It seems like that might be some of their inspiration for this. Like it's this open world, you collect gems or whatever these little thingies are, these strange things that are here. I guess they're like star gems or something. There appears to be some other thing here. I think this is a dog or an animal of some kind that's in distress. If we take a look at the beginning of the trailer, there appears to be an animal or something in distress underneath this. And I think the plot of this game is that there's a lot of animals and stuff like that that you're gonna have to go and help or something, possibly. That kind of seems to be the theme that we get the more this trailer happens. See, there's like a butterfly in distress. Also, what a hilarious frame to freeze on here. That's wonderful. That's lovely. That's thumbnail material right there, if we're being honest with ourselves. that is hilarious. But you'll notice that there's other animals and stuff like that as the trailer goes on that seems to be in distress. Like that seems to be a dog or something that has something stuck on it. Maybe it's a collectible, you go up to it, you help it, and now you can unlock that accessory or something. I don't know. But as you can see, yeah, very Spyro-esque, where you have these jump pads, it's 3D platformer, you can run around and stuff. Like there's collectibles like pinatas for some reason. Like, there's this pumpkin is very interesting to me because they kind of, I don't know what's going on with it, but later on in the trailer, Sunny is moving it, so it seems to be something that you have to interact with for some sort of quest or something at some point in the game, because later in the trailer you'll see it. She's rolling this down the hill and about to put it in place before it cuts away. Yeah, bananas. There's a banana over there, so that's the main reason why I wanted to pause. This right here says that you can play with Sunny and the rest of the main 5, which implies that you'll be able to play as the characters that are in the show or whatever like that, such as Zip and Pip and everything like that. I call dibs on Pip, by the way. You can't be Pip. If we're playing this game, you can't be Pip. I get to be Pip. I call dibs. See, there's Pip. She's so small. You can see that Sprout is like seemingly a sheriff or something like that, because he still has like a badge and everything like that. So I'm curious of what's going on there. Is this what elements of this game are going to be related to the story? Like, are they going to have any elements whatsoever to the story? Is it going to be canon, so to speak? What's going on with that? And if it does have elements of the story and certain elements of it are canon or are used in the show, then that is pretty amazing when you look at some of the stuff that we're going to see here in the trailer in a moment. But first off, big thing here, Sprout is here. He doesn't seem to be a bad guy. He seems to be totally fine, completely reformed or something like that, potentially. Probably still kind of Zip seems very angry and upset, so maybe Sprout has done something to upset her, and this is some kind of quest that you can run into, find out why Zip is upset, and resolve this friendship issue. That might be another plot that happens in the game. Maybe this is how you unlock the rest of the main 5, is by helping them with their friendship quests or something like that. you help them, and then you unlock that character as a playable character or something like that. I think that could be an interesting way of like how you might unlock the other characters, unless it just gives you all of them outright. But anyway, moving on. Again, a bunch of animals back here. It's very strange because I think the animals are important somehow. I don't know why. It just seems like there would be.
Discover Maretime Bay in this.
This is really interesting to me because this is like a swampy kind of area, and then it cuts back to this. Is that an explosive barrel? That would be interesting. That'd be really weird gameplay. Yeah, you're just collecting piñatas. Here's a scene that looks like they're upgrading a fountain using her magical powers. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that, like, if this has anything to do with the show, or if there's like show elements related to this, then this means that in the show she will probably have these Pegasi and unicorn powers. It would be something that she sort of has to like activate or something. It's very interesting. I'm curious of what's going to go on with that. But as you can see, she like upgrades that well and then immediately cuts. There's like fashion. You can get all these different fashion stuff. She has a little bit of rainbow in her hair there, like she does in the show at the end or whatever. All kinds of interesting cosmetics and stuff. I'm not sure what these are. I imagine these are probably like fake wings or something that you can wear. Maybe it's something that goes on the neck or like on your side or something. I don't know, but it's very interesting, just like that. So it appears to be like wing cosmetics, but that's interesting to me because that's strange, but it's also kind of cool.
Lots of accessories.
And you get to use her powers. You get to use her powers, and also this dude is just like chilling. I love that. I don't know what it is about this dude, but I am loving this dude over here. He's amazing. We need to protect him at all costs. But again, more platforming. This sort of platforming suggests that you won't be able to swim in the game. That water will hurt you, or you're unable to swim. Again, kind of like, well, I don't know if that was a mechanic in Spyro, but another game that this kind of reminds me of is like Battle for Bikini Bottom, or games like that. SpongeBob, the SquarePants, the movie, the game, or whatever. I don't think you could swim in those either. And that kind of reminds me of this. This whole scene right here kind of reminds me of those SpongeBob games for some reason, because it's kind of beachy. There's rocks and stuff. It's very tropical, and it kind of reminds me of that. But again, it's very platformy, such as those SpongeBob games, or such as the Spyro games. It seems like that's kind of the inspiration that they're going with, where it's a collectathon, and you do these things, you get more powerful as you go along, collect accessories as you go along. Very interesting. You can also play with a friend in different minigames. See, there I am, because it's Pip, and I call dibs on Pip, so obviously that's me. They seem to be corralling some animals here. I guess I'm going to assume the goal is to, like, move them into these goalposts or something like that by corralling them somehow. I don't know how the corralling mechanic would work, but it seems like that's how that works. There is a, see, there I am again. There is a thing here, a rhythm game going on. That's kind of interesting. Another interesting game here where you have to do like this runner type thing. This one also seems kind of interesting because you go through these rings and stuff. I don't know. Nice little detail with the balloons being essentially the Twilight Sparkle balloon. And this scene is also very interesting because because of a couple things. There's some sort of portal over here on the left side. I don't know what this is, but this might be how you access other areas of the game or other areas of the world or whatever. Very interesting. This is also pretty interesting. That Sprout seems to be, again, implied to be sheriff and doing some sort of meeting or something. Maybe he's finally figuring out his sheriff duties and stuff like that. Maybe he's finally learning how to do certain things or something. I don't know. But a nice detail is that he has to have a ramp to get up here because he's so small and this thing is so tall. But yeah, strange portal. He's sheriff or something. Very confusing. I'm curious what's going to go on with that. And I kind of hope that they do, like, oh, he's like a sheriff in the show or something like that. But I also kind of hope that, like, he has no job in the show and he's trying to find a new job, and then, like, throughout the entire series or the first season or two, he's like a different job, and then they ruin that job for him somehow. Kind of like the Cabbage Man in the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, where it's like, oh, my cabbages, but this time it's like, oh, I'm fired again, sort of thing or something. I think that could be a funny little gag that they do every now and again or something. But anyway, Yeah, he's like a sheriff. And then here is where she was rolling that pumpkin that I was talking about. This pinata up here above the banana, I don't think it was there earlier either. But also it looks a lot like Hitch, strangely enough. He was not there earlier, so he might be part of the quest to some degree. And yes, the pinata was not there earlier. So, very, very interesting stuff here. I'm curious, and they look at them too. They kind of do this like look, and they're like watching them as they put this pumpkin in place. Maybe they lost their giant pumpkin or something, and she knows where it is, so she has to go and get it for him or something. I don't know. Yeah, this nice beach area here looks amazing. Kind of cool. I don't know. Again, like, more animals, and this looks like some sort of weird, again, a very strange frame to pause on, but this looks like some sort of leveling up scene or something. Perhaps she leveled up or just completed a quest or something. But there you have it. That's the trailer. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this trailer. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this trailer. It's coming 27th of May, 2022, so it's coming out this year. Not too long before this comes out, and as you can see, it's on Steam, Xbox One, Series S and X, and PS4. It's not coming to PS5, apparently. That's kind of strange. And Nintendo Switch. This game, graphically, that's the first thing I want to talk about. This looks like a beta or like an alpha version of the sprite. Like, this isn't what she's going to look like or something like that. This is like early development kind of screenshot or look at what the character is going to look like in the game, because it doesn't look like it's finished at all. Like, the character doesn't look finished, and there's a lot of scenes that are like that, and stuff. I think it's mostly the cutscenes. The cutscenes mostly, because this is clearly a cutscene. You can tell this is a cutscene, but it seems like mostly the cutscenes are like that, and then the actual gameplay is not as bad. Probably because it's like moving and it's not. I don't know. I don't know why. But graphically it looks okay, except when you get into like a scene, like a cutscene or something like that. And then also like this also looks very old school and very kind of old graphics, like with the ponies being very, very low detail and stuff like that. There seems to be a lot of that where there's like low details on a lot of things, no shading or very little shading. It looks fine, but there's certain scenes like this that are just like, oh god, that looks so awful. I really hope it doesn't end up looking like this, and looks better than this. But yeah, that's kind of my main critique of this, other than the fact that like I'm not super hyped for it, because this isn't a game that's probably going to be particularly amazing and incredible or whatever like that. But it's probably a game that we're going to enjoy. Honestly, like I think the fandom as a whole is going to enjoy this. At the end of the trailer, they say it's like the game we've been waiting for forever, and I kind of agree with that, because, again, as I said at the beginning of the video, for some reason we haven't had a My Little Pony game that's like this. We've only had terrible, strange mobile games. This kind of seems like mobile game. It kind of has some mobile game-esque features and stuff like that, but it seems complete. It seems like a complete package. I'm very interested in this. I hope that these mini games you can do by yourself and not forced to do with multiplayer or anything like that. I find it very interesting, and I think I'm gonna have fun with it, but I'm not hyped for it. There's plenty of other games that I'm hyped for right now, so it's not gonna be on my radar that much. But it seems interesting. It's something I want to play. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do the wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become one for yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.